Welcome, everybody. HODL the Line, the next one. How's it going, guys? We got the full house here tonight because we got Jimmy Jim in the house.
What's going on, Buzz?
Well, it's been a whole lot better now that it's gotten a whole lot cooler. I've been enjoying that.
I still don't know what that is.
Well, so I do blue collar work, so I am enjoying the cooler temperatures.
5 degrees makes a big difference then.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
A lot of difference.
Hell yeah.
Oh man, we're like mid to low 50s the rest of the week.
Same here. I'm ready for it. You know, I'm almost ready for
here.
snow. Like I'm almost ready for snow. Not quite, but almost.
I'm gonna say
I need one good day of like 70-degree weather. Hopefully like Saturday or Sunday, so I can get my new solar panels put on the garage roof. Because I don't want to be up there when it's like 40.
That makes sense.
I need that tar to seal in the screws.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How are you gonna keep snow off those things?
So does yours have like heated lines that you're gonna put on it?
No, I just was gonna use like a soft bristle like push broom and buy like a long painter's pole and just pull it off.
Break it.
That works too. I know a lot of people inlay like a heated line on top of it. So that's what
Well,
a few
imagine
people here
if it's any sun outside. I mean, once that thing gets cleared, it's gonna stay clear.
Oh yeah.
Those things get freaking hot. I've got a battery backup system for my house, and I've got some, emergency solar panels I can put out, and I was just test driving it. I guess that was last summer, and I mean, it was like noon. I was like, all right, I want to see. I got 4 panels. Let me see what I can get out of these things. And I mean, it would push 1,000 watts off the solar panels. But I didn't prop them up. I laid them flat because it was noon. Yeah, I mean, 4 definitive stripes right through the lawn in the backyard. I mean, it scorched the grass.
Yeah, but I mean, I bought the Renergy Shadow Flux panels. So like, even if they're like 50% shaded, you still get like 40% what it would normally produce.
Yeah.
As a normal panel, you shade like 10 or 15% of it, and you get like a few watts. So I mean, even if they're like half covered, I still get, I'm not gonna say half the wattage, but say 40%.
TV isn't responding.
When the sun started going down, I want to say it got down to, it stayed about 250, 300 watts for quite a while. But yeah, I mean, once dust set in, it was useless. But, at that rate, I mean, I can charge the battery stack that I have in 8 to 10 hours, so.
It really just depends on location for it too. So I know some places are a whole lot better than others. Like Arizona would be a great place to have solar.
Yeah, but then they also
place you probably don't even need
it. Right, exactly.
But man, before we get to the chat, we did have a giveaway that we were going to do today. So in the comments, if you do 2FA in the chat, I will get you on the wheel of names, and we are going to give away a YubiKey of 5C NFC. They are absolutely amazing, and I'm a big fan of them. I use them for everything. I'd show you mine, but it's plugged into my PC because that's how I unlock it. So we don't want to unplug it because I might lose camera and all that.
Let's see. It's the next generation to this bad boy right here. Wait, can you see that? Can you even see that? There we go.
Yep.
So there it is. I love my YubiKey. Yep, love it. I forgot all about. It's a good thing you're on top of this, BC, because I completely spaced that right out.
Yeah, not a problem.
I mean, we got Jimmy had to talk some security, and he and I actually just did a video dropped a couple of weeks ago now, where we did it kind of more geared to the newbies. But I'll tell you what, just to kind of kick it off before BC gets into questions. Matter of fact, if anybody in the chat has questions, please put them in there. I'm sure Jim will be glad to answer them. But I'll tell you, it seems like every day there's something security related just going on. It's popping off. My 2 cents from what I see. Jim, you must see it more like, I mean, that's it for you, right? I mean, you must see it like increasing crazy. I'm guessing. That's just a guess.
I mean, it's all relative to who they're attacking. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
fair enough.
I've seen little bitty itty bitty small companies, mom and poppers, get, ransomware, and just lock their business up. They can't do anything, no QuickBooks, no website, no e-commerce. I mean, and then we have dealt with, I mean, up to 10 million people we're trying to steal. So, I mean, it's the rules haven't changed. 95% of hacks starts with social engineering.
Yeah. So I mean,
changed.
That kind of went into my first question that I had, which, I mean, I know the answer, you know the answer, but like, what is the single weakest link in most people's security?
That's themselves.
Yeah, you are the weakest link.
There's certain people in the company that don't bother me. I could sleep well at night, but it's downstream Sally in accounting that keeps me up at night. And we have cyber / phishing training on a regular basis, for everyone within our company and our parent company. There's new tactics, coming out. I mean, and they come in floods of waves of, Microsoft authentication, Google, Gmail kind of, phishing, and you see it, when you're in this business every day. If someone calls in and, it says, "Hey, I got this strange email," you can almost, let me guess, it's a Office 365 email, possibly. Yeah, how'd you know that?
Do people still do people still get like the McAfee ones too?
I mean, for sure. We still have seen, kind of like, back in the day in the, I don't know, what was that, 2000s, when the, your torrent type systems, were all the rage, right? And hackers would use that, infiltrate a network. I mean, back then it was really easy. People had, basic, antivirus. And, next thing you know, some big company has a super node, hosting porn and everything else, and people are just downloading off of it. And then people can't figure out, why is the internet so slow today? It's because half of the freaking earth is downloading off of your server.
The good old days,
The good old days.
Things were really easy back then. It was so easy back then. Nobody even had a firewall, I mean, just everyone's computers just hanging out there on the internet.
Nobody encrypted their stuff, and if it did, it was like only government.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, on those same lines, what are some things that people can do to protect themselves from themselves?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, I think, if you want to start in the basic bucket, I'd say three things. Say passwords and authentication, phishing awareness, and personal device security. Okay. I mean, that's kind of the 3 facets, I would say, that you would look at. when it comes to passwords, use a password manager. Don't use Google integrated password manager, especially if you leverage your Google account, which I do. I mean, that's kind of my masquerade account. You know, what you see now, the Jimbo Fed account, that's my masquerade account. I mean, I have other accounts that I conduct business on that are, you know, segregated, if you will.
Mhm.
And I don't keep any personal passwords in the Google manager. I have a password manager. I use 18 character passwords. I don't ever have to remember them. And then I just change my master password that gets you into all my other passwords on a regular basis every couple of weeks.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
You know, as far as, you know, phishing awareness, you know, I mean, again, I mean, it's rampant. Everybody sees it every day. And an easy way, I think, to determine if something is a phishing email, if it has a link, hover over the link. If the email comes from Microsoft, make sure it says Microsoft.com in that link, you know. And if it's asking you to reset your password, don't click it at all. I would go direct to my Microsoft account, log in, and then change my password within my account that I know that I always log into, right? Following a link, because they can get a domain that's just one character off, you know, and
Yep.
you hover and it's Microsoft OFFLCE. You know, it looks like an I, and when you glance at it, it looks like, you know, MicrosoftOnline.com.
Yep.
And you click that link, and then it goes to a very Microsoft looking page. And then once you submit and surrender your username and password on that site, they can actually capture your MFA token. And at that point, they're you. And they're whatever you have tied to that particular email address. You know, so I mean, if I get access to your Microsoft account and that's the account you're conducting all your daily business to, I could just start taking wild guesses, right? I wonder if they bank with Wells Fargo. Search your email, look for a username. Oh, no, I got a username. I don't have the password, but guess what? I have access to your email, so I'll just reset password.
Yep.
Oh, well, look, it wants the MFA. Oh, yeah, I got that token. Let me pull that up real quick. Now just reset your Wells Fargo account.
It's scary just listening to you, Jim.
I'm just saying. Simple click of an email can just ruin your day.
Oh, yeah. And same with like images that are sent to you. You click on the image, download it, and they can put all sorts of things embedded in an image. That's why, like, it's very good on your emails to just turn off automatic downloads for images or files that are sent to you, because that is the very, very easy way for malicious malware to just end up on your device.
It's so funny. I was literally trying to explain that to my wife the other day. So, Jim, could you do me a favor and talk a little bit about that? Because I'm going to clip this and give it to her so she can see.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're using Outlook and you click on an email, not double click it and open it up in a full screen. I'm just saying click on it and that thing pops up in a preview pane. I mean, you have opened that email. Now, if there's an attachment, which usually that's the case, is there'll be some type of an attachment, PDF or something along those lines that they want you to download or click that may or may not be what it seems. You know, so to me, if I don't know the person, I mean, I just delete the stuff. You know, as soon as I see it, I was like, what is this? I don't know you, delete.
Yep.
If I see something regarding account, past due. Again, I open that email up. Your account's past due. Click here to pay. Well, it's from the water company, let's say. I'm not going to click that link. I'm going to just go straight to the water company website. I'm going to log in there and validate what this email says. Is it, am I past due? No, I'm not. Delete.
Yeah, delete.
No one's giving you anything. I can promise you that. Click here to receive. That's a red flag. I tell my mom this one. I was like, Mom, if it says it's free, trust me, I'm going to end up paying for it because I'm going to be the one fixing your computer. So, I would just avoid any and all, free tools unless it's from a reputable, known, there's several free, reputable, pieces of software out there. I don't want to, diss on free software, but you got to use caution in those situations. Know where you're going.
Like you said, you can just go, if it's free, you can go to their website and you can download it yourself. You don't have to click. I never click a link. It's like the most unsmart thing to do. It's like I said in the comments there, because Wick's wife said something about automatic downloads sound awful. But convenience when it comes to technology is always the enemy of safety.
I mean, even in our enterprise environment, right? I mean, we've got between our company and the parent company, there's 1,800 people. So, I mean, anytime someone receives a new email into either company, they're going to get a message at the top. Hey, you've never received an email from this person. There might be 2 messages, 2 different colors. You've never received this email, and there's some sus looking stuff in this email. We use AI to analyze the body of emails, especially looking for terms like, account information, change account information, phone numbers. The AI will flag those emails and then, make that user aware of the contents of the email before they get into it.
Yep. And
that's pretty interesting.
I wish I didn't even think about it. I have actually, hang on, let me see. No, actually, I can't show it because there's some email account information. But I have a presentation that we do when we do phishing training, and I have, screen captured all kinds of different scenarios that we have seen, real world out in the wild stuff that we have seen, to show examples of, hey, this is the kind of stuff that you should be looking for. And I see should be there in the comments. Had a good point, which is urgent sounding emails. They love, contact us today. Your account's going to get shut down, just hell and damnation. And it'll catch you off guard at first, but, you kind of got to really read the words. A lot of the times when they're urgent, it's kind of broken English,
Yep. And I just wanted to bring this up real quick because we see it so much in the crypto space. Scan this QR code, and I know BC's been responding to it in the chat here. But what do you thoughts about that? Anything you'd like to add with regard to that?
I'm not going to say don't do it, right? I mean, if I'm at a card show, we do sports, me and my son do sports card shows. we use QR codes.
Yep.
I mean, literally, it's the most efficient way when you're in that, that particular environment that, someone can walk up with a Venmo or a PayPal or need a Zelle, and we've got a sign there, just scan it and tell us your name and send us the money kind of thing.
Yep.
So, it increases transaction time for sure, especially when you got a limited amount of time to try and make money, right? If I'm using it Venmo to Venmo or PayPal to PayPal or, Zelle to Zelle, okay, that doesn't bother me. When it comes to my crypto, nah, I'm not scanning shit. I mean, it's just that simple.
I hear you. And I'm just bringing his latest Wix latest comment up here about QR codes and Amazon items. Oh my goodness, I can't even imagine them.
Did you hear the stories on the scooters that were in big cities? They were putting fake QR codes, and you'd go to pay for your scooter. It's just a few letters off on the website. You pay, and you don't get to use a scooter because you just paid that dude $5 to use a scooter that wasn't his.
You just paid him $5 to get ripped off.
Yeah.
I mean, like when I went to BTC Nashville last year, there was like printed out papers on like pretty much every light pole saying, "Oh, I'm looking to buy 5 BTC. If you have any for sale, scan this QR code." And I'm like, no.
That was the wisest thing you've ever done, Badel.
Well, I mean, it's just no BC. You can take the not Bitcoin that's not in my hot wallet.
Right, exactly.
I mean, it's like, use your head. If I'm buying a Coach purse, let's say, I'll scan that QR code. I mean, it's it'll authenticate it, or it's part of their authentication process, I should say. But QR codes can be duplicated. I mean, it's not secret sauce.
Right.
You just use AI and make it.
You don't even need that.
Well,
you can literally
similar.
You on any website, you can literally make a QR code that'll go to that website. So, like on your phone, try it sometime. Like on those 3 little dots, you can click it and make a QR code to that website. You can make your own website then and make a QR code to it, and you can have a basic pay stuff, copy whatever, and that's what they're doing. They'll make a website, make a QR code, boom, just paste it over things. I saw it on a bus pass thing that they were doing. There's at the bus stop, there's a little QR code that you scan to go to the official website for the bus, so you could buy a bus pass. They were just getting people over like $1 at a time.
Yeah, and I mean, if I put my black hat on for a minute, that is the beauty of it. The simplicity. This isn't Swordfish 20 screens and we're just we're out there going to town, and it's not that. I mean, this is just everyday tools that people use, and they're just trying to catch you on the day that you got your pants down. I mean, that is, and they, and that's why we see it in these big waves, right? Is because typically, you're not going to see someone doing those types of attacks per se. Spending a lot of money and time accumulating all the things that they need, right? You go on the dark web, there's email lists that I can buy. There's usernames and passwords I can buy, So whenever, those types of, social hacks occur, it might be one guy, hitting the go button, but he's an arm's length away from probably 5 or 6 other guys that are just data miners. They just want to hack into your account just to get your data, and then they can sell that. That way it's hands off. Hey, I'm just selling email lists.
Right.
Plausible deniability. No one person is doing it from A to Z. You're just doing this piece, and so instead of 10 felonies,
yeah, right.
you catch one or maybe two.
Oh shit!
Oh, and I guarantee you, if you've had an email for any length of time, it is on one of those dark web websites. So,
no doubt.
It's all. It is all out.
Most credit monitoring services has a dark web, add-on. Some of them it comes with, but that's really interesting. Information to know. And I know how my data got out. I know specifically it was one of the biggest damn hacks of data there was there a few years back. And since then, yeah, I get all kinds of crazy crap all the time. And being somewhat in the public, that I'm kind of opening myself up even more, right? Just us sitting here talking. Someone could be sitting back and just building data, man.
Yep.
I probably a few times a week I'll get something weird on my Gmail that I use. Just as it's like I'm out there. You can look at what email is attached to like a YouTube or whatever, and like they'll try stuff. And so you got to be careful. A very good way with data. There are certain services that will remove your data from data brokers and go through the processes of deleting your data from like the dark web and all these other data broker websites a lot quicker than you would be able to do it. So
sure,
that's another way to kind of go through it. You'd be surprised of how much of your data is out there available online. It's super easy to get any of it. You get a few pieces of someone's data, and then it's very easy to go from there and get the rest of their data. And then the credit card numbers also on the deep web. You get someone's credit card number, you also get their address and then their name and their date of birth, and like pretty much just good to go. So a very good way to take care of that. So there's multiple services out there that'll do it.
How effective are these services is my question. Are they really
effective? Is the next breach that occurs that your data's in it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
It'll clear it up today, but tomorrow you just don't know. It could be back.
You hear about it regularly. It's a big thing that I for a while I was like, literally there was a news article every single day of every single week of like a company paying out because of data being like let out online. And that was like last month. And they'll go through it every once in a while. They just have a nice little payout. If you were affected, you get like $25 or something like that.
Usually it's $25 and free credit monitoring for a year.
Yep.
And there's so many of those. I see so many of them for like games or companies like Ubisoft is like the newest one that I saw from a few days ago. But like Roblox, Minecraft, like, oh, you had a cell phone with this company, and they list like 10 companies that it's like, okay, well, there's only like 15 companies that provide cell service in the country. And it's like, oh, so everybody is kind of just eligible for all these at the moment. And it's like, sometimes I start to wonder, like, how many of these are just fake and want you to put in your information?
A lot of it happens way more than you know. Like AT&T was just hit this past year. Massive data breach. Verizon was hit last year. Massive data breach. T-Mobile last year. Massive data breach. And they're
just those two right there. AT&T and T-Mobile. Think
about how many people.
Yes.
In Illinois, we had the Facebook one, I think 2 years ago. And I want to say I got like between $300 and $400 off of that, off of 2 separate checks. Because like the first check, they send out, and then whoever doesn't get it or doesn't cash it, they have to send that money back out to everybody else that cashed it. So like the second check was like $28 or something, like, or I don't know. It was little enough to where it was like it's almost not even worth a trip to the bank. But
well, that's what they're.
Yeah, I mean, having credit monitoring. The nice thing about it, I use Experian myself. I can just lock my credit. I mean, just in the app, open it up, hit lock. I go to buy a new car, walk in the dealership, hit unlock. By the time we go through all the BS and we get, credit app time, it's unlocked. And then they run it, lock it right back. Or matter of fact, when you unlock it, you can just say, lock it back tomorrow or 2 hours from now or whatever. But that I mean, I wouldn't be mad at anybody that does that. Now that I know my social security number is out there, that was the main thing that really pushed me to say, you know what? I mean, it's like $20 a month. I mean, it's just dumb not to have that information.
Yep.
Someone beating on my credit, I'd like to know that.
Hell yeah. Things
Good
are
job,
bad enough as it is. I'm sorry, what was that, Badel? I cut
Good
you
job,
off.
BC, with all the links you've been throwing in chat.
BC's a beast.
Like
He's
Jimmy said something, and it's I'm like, okay, well, can you throw a link in the chat? And then BC already does it like before I even say it.
Well, like I'm big about security too. So like when he started talking about a password manager on the video with CCM, I was like, oh, you guys should check out LastPass. And then you said LastPass, and I was like, wow, surprise. Like,
yeah, I mean, look, LastPass had issues. They've had a breach. And that's why I say you need to change. It doesn't matter which one you use. And the data, or anytime you're using or putting in that type of data, the whole data set, if engineered correctly, is not stored in the same place. Perfect example. When Ledger came out with their, everybody was like, oh, it's got a back door. They can just come in and take your crypto, or, they can, get your keys or this, that, and the other. Well, the data was stored in 3 different places, not as a data set. It was in 3 different chunks, encrypted in 3 different places. So in order for someone to hack, they're going to have to hack 3 different data sets and then unencrypt that, to get the information. That it was fine, right? I think the idea, scared the crap out of everybody, right? All of a sudden, everybody hated Ledger. A lot of people still hate Ledger,
Yeah, but why would Ledger come out and say,
here? Yep. Sorry, go ahead.
But why wouldn't Ledger come out and say something similar to what you said? Like, hey,
they did.
Oh, okay.
But they said
nobody,
it in a
nobody
very
listened. Nobody cared because they were already like, oh no, we don't like
just
you
printed
anymore.
that in Chinese. It would have made exactly the same sense to me.
Well, it's
but,
like
a lot of at-rest data services, right? That's what they're going to do. If I have this, block of usernames and passwords, we're going to grab a piece of that and encrypt it and send it here. We're going to grab a piece of this and encrypt it and send it there. We're going to grab another chunk and we're going to send it over there. Nobody at any of those 3 locations know about the other, right? I mean, so it's practically, look, nothing's impossible, right? I mean, things are only impossible until they're possible. So, I don't use that service, but they should have, forethought that, right? Whenever they're going to send that to market, here's the story, here's what we're doing, illustrate it, shapes and colors for the everyday Joe. Leave your techno jargon out. Put that out there first. Get a reaction. Is people freaking out? Do we need to spend some time, patting backs, tapping butts, make everybody feel better, then release something like that. But they just came out and said, pow, you take this and like it. And a lot of people did.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like it.
And I get it. I mean, I get it. Things I don't understand seem, out of whack to me. I'm sure just the same as that did to a lot of people, but it made sense to me. I mean, we've dealt with those types of technologies in the past.
Yeah, I think it went beyond that particular thing. Went beyond that a little bit. Where for people who have been in the crypto space, that they felt more like, why would you build something like that in? This is my money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that. If I were to speak for the crypto space, I'd say they might have felt a little bit betrayed by that even being a part of that.
Absolutely. I mean, I agree. And that's what I was saying. It's like, hey, we got this great idea.
Yes. Roll it out better. Yeah.
We got a way to allow you to never, lose your seed phrase. Hear me out. Blue circle, green square, yellow triangle, purple rectangle. Oh, okay. I get that. Not for me,
Yep.
But they're going to release it anyway. I don't know. They're just the release of that functionality was just totally mishandled in my opinion.
No doubt. BC, do you want to just reiterate to people, because we got people just kind of jumping in right now, why I got this 2FA in the lower corner of the screen here?
Yep, we are doing another giveaway of a YubiKey 5C NFC. This will work with your phone, with your computer. It has the tap feature. You can also plug it into your phone or your computer as well. It'll take the place of your two-factor authentication devices. I know Jay Violet just got one recently. I don't know how far she got in with setting it up, but is extremely efficient. And it takes away that little barrier that you have, where it's like if someone gets your email address and they can log into your email, there goes your two-factor authentication. Gone. Poof, they can log in. Cell phone, they can clone your cell phone. If your cell phone's your two-factor authentication device, boom, there goes your 2FA, and they can get into your account, or they can get your two-factor authentication key. And this works with most things. There's no problems with like Android or iPhone. Works with both of them. Has Coinbase built into it, so that'll get you there as well. So 2FA in the chat, and you'll be entered for that giveaway.
All right, excellent. I love YubiKey. Use it all the time. Sorry, I'm putting a quick message in the chat. Sorry about that.
Badel's trying to enter.
Yeah, I know. That's why I just put that in there. There we go. Jay Violet entering again. Have you got yours set up there, Jay Violet? Oh, Uncle Jesse in the house. Appreciate you. Boy, a lot of people just jumping in. T.I. Joe, bingo bango, bingo bangos if you're a channel member. Yeah. Well, I don't know, guys. Did you have any other specific questions with regard to security for? And matter of fact, if anybody in the chat does, put it in the chat for Jimmy Jim here. BC, I know you had a list.
One thing we didn't talk about was your device security.
Oh yes.
Using some type of endpoint or EDR, endpoint detection and response system. Some keeping all the updates on your Windows OS, especially on your phone.
Yes.
As soon as those updates come out, I mean, I don't care what I'm doing. I just update. That's very important. It's taking care of all the little things, right? I mean, that's a big, just having rogue browser extensions, on your browser. If you're not using it, just get it off.
Facebook in your box. So are you saying that I should finally update to Windows 11 then? Even though I really don't want to?
I'm guessing.
You're not going to see a big difference, end of life for Windows 10 just passed. So use at your own risk.
I mean,
I was going to say, I thought I saw an extension. Did that not happen?
You can. I know. I think we had. Crap. I mean, we saw over $1 million worth of laptops this year to various clients, upgrading systems. The ones that could in place upgrade, we did. But we had to replace a ton of laptops. But there was several clients that opted out. They wanted to pay for the extended support. I think most of those people were unaware, just wasn't paying attention kind of thing, and didn't have it in budgets, right? I mean,
yep.
At October, if you didn't budget for that in 24, you're not gonna probably be able to do that. That's a big chunk of change to start replacing hardware, throughout an enterprise.
No doubt.
But if you do the upgrade, dude, I mean, you're not going to really see that much difference.
Yeah, it's Shuby's saying small
Windows 10,
curve.
Windows 11, and they're good operating systems.
And they've still got all the security and everything that they're doing for Windows 10. They haven't like retired it yet. So, I mean, you should be fine. It's different on like cell phones, because like for cell phones, when they drop you an update, it's normally a security patch on something that they found that's a problem.
Right.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is like with my cell phone, when they have a major update and you're forced to take it, and then everything on your phone changes, and you got to Google like, how do I get rid of this little thing that is new now that I don't like? And it's like, just okay, I don't mind upgrading. Just don't change things. Don't add anything that interrupts my
T-Mobile's
experience.
bad about that too. I mean, when you do an OS upgrade, when that sucker reboots, it's going to have that notification banner, out with the old, in with the new, let's free up some space, and you click on it and it opens up the T-Mobile app, and they're wanting to slap on 4 random ass games, just fill your phone up with crap. And I'm like, golly, I fell for it again. And I had to sit there and uncheck those. And then, because once you start the process, you got to go through the whole thing, uncheck all the crap they pre-checked for you, and basically do nothing, uncheck boxes. I mean, you're not doing anything to the phone. But once you go through it, then you're good till the next update,
next time they force it on you.
See, and that's why I always just buy my own phone. I encrypt it, and then I take it there, and I'll be like, I want service on this phone. And then I don't have to worry about all that, like, crap software that I don't
Seth.
want.
I mean, he gets an Android. First thing he does, wipes it, and then puts in a stripped down version, of the Android OS with all the crap, taken away. Now, I don't go to those extents, I mean, trust me. I mean, as much as I'm on, computers and the internet, this and that, I mean, they've been tracking me for years.
You saying you're already on the list, sir?
Absolutely, I am.
Multiple lists.
But I sleep well at night because I take care of my passwords and authentication. I've educated myself about phishing. I keep my devices, secure and up to date, and all of those things. Even the crypto. I sleep well at night.
Yep.
So would you say that someone probably should, if you like, I know it's an option for Android, but encrypt your device? It's a super simple, quick in your settings, just encrypt it. Would you suggest that?
Why wouldn't you? Is the bigger question, right?
Mhm.
I mean, if you lose that phone, or even worse, someone holds you hostage and cuts off your thumb, and then gets into your phone, or any of that kind of stuff, crazy stuff happening. I mean, if someone gains access, I mean, think of everything that's on your phone, everything they can get to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and you don't want a phone to be damaged and then someone pull the memory out, put it in a new phone, be able to access the data, and things like that. I mean, no different than all of our laptops. I mean, if it's a mobile device and it's issued by the company, it's encrypted.
That's why my phone.
accountants.
So Samsung has their own insurance on their phones, and they don't like accepting returns from me because I'll get a phone and within 3 weeks it'll be broken, and I'll send them pictures, and then I throw it in a fire, and then I mail it to them because I don't want anything on that phone that's in the memory or whatever. Because like they had my Coinbase wallet on there, I had my login information to my email, Coinbase, things like that. Like I don't want anybody that gets a hold of that motherboard and that phone to have access to it.
You know what's easier? A magnet. A magnet would just do the job for you.
I like to think about the person's face as they see this burned phone coming out of the package, though. That's interesting.
Reset to factory default usually does good. I mean, I just had to send my son's Xbox back for repair, and he went and got it. We were boxing up. I was like, dude, did you power it on? Make sure there wasn't a disc. Oh, no, there wasn't a disc in there. I was like, power it up. Powered it up, spits out a disc, and I was like, did you factory reset it like I told you to? I was like, no, I didn't. And we went in there, factory reset it, and then sent it off. So there's no type of data floating around out there. If I can control it,
Yep.
if your laptop gets stolen, that's different.
And I feel like simple things like that, by like returning broken merchandise, you don't think about them little things like, oh, they got my email and my password and my Xbox or PSN network login, and then you don't think about that because, I'm just returning a defective or broken product.
Yep.
Yeah, and the next thing you know, someone done purchased 1 million freaking V-Bucks on your credit card.
Yeah.
Got me some new skins.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They gave it to their
Thanks,
son.
Badel. Appreciate it.
Hey, you ain't gonna get that from me. I make sure nothing's working when I send it back.
He's burning his.
After I pay that money, no. That stuff's getting returned.
Throws
Even
the
more
PlayStation in the fire.
Oh my goodness.
Can you fix this?
Oh crap.
I should try the magnet though one time because I do have a 3,600 pound magnet for magnet fishing. I'm sure within a few inches of a phone should wipe it clean, right?
Definitely any type of hard drive that has spinning discs. But I mean, that's an easy one, right? I mean, you throwing away the computer. I mean, I've got every hard drive pretty much from every computer I've ever owned in my life. They're just stacking up in there. And then one of these days when we go out to the country, I'll pack 10 or 15 of them and we'll go out and
target practice.
Exactly.
Target practice.
Yep. See, that's what I used to do with my old electronics too. We just go out to the country and we just shoot them. I got an old computer. We put some thermite in it, and then we just boom. And it's nice and done. That's a whole lot funner than just throwing it in the fire for you, Badel. There's another.
Hey, I live in the country, so shooting things as target practice, it's kind of like an everyday thing.
Well, there you go. It's a whole lot more fun too.
Now you got more stuff. There you go.
I'm pretty sure I'm like one of the few people, well, not just out of us four, but out of most people that hearing firearms every day being unloaded is like normal.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got tons of firearms here in my house.
They were made back
Physical
And I mean,
security.
crap, within 15 minutes, pretty much whatever you want. And then about an hour from here,
flannel shirt,
some crazy stuff you've probably never even seen. I mean, my buddy, he was a member of a pretty exclusive gun club out in the middle of nowhere. Very first time I went out there, and at least he forewarned me. He was like, all right, dude, he goes, you could be coming down, this highway. He's like, the only way you're going to know where this joint is there's a gate and there's two silhouettes on each side of the gate. He's like, he goes, when you get to mile mark or whatever, he goes, just start slowing down. You'll see it, so I turn in on this gate, and then there's this just road, and it's just weeds 8 foot high. You can't see anything. It's just this one road cutting back through these weeds. And I'm like, what am I driving on? And come to find out, there was a tile factory right down the road, like a roofing tile, like, Mediterranean style roofing. And all of their broken tiles, they needed to do something with them. So this guy was like, hey, just bring them over to my land and then we'll put them out. That's what they made the road out of. Okay. So I'm driving back and I was like, dude, and I'm by myself. And I was like, man, this is kind of creepy, And then all of a sudden it just opens up. There's like 2 school buses backed up to one another. There's a goat running around. There's 3 different big bays. There's a plane fuselage, have like a little Cessna plane, and then like a wide array of metal targets. Just like, I was like, wow. I was like, dude, this place is badass, man. So I pull up, I park, and then all of a sudden this guy, never seen him before, don't know who he was. He was like, hey, you want to shoot this? And I was getting out the car and I was like, I was looking around and I was like, are you talking to me? And he was like, yeah. He's like, come here before I put this thing up. I was like, okay. So I walk over there. He's got a full can on a belt and an M249 sitting there. And he was like, dump the can, And I was like, yeah, I kind of giggled at him, like, dump the can, So I got up there and then boom, 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 boom. And I was like, dude, this is cool, And he's like, dump the can, And I was like, okay. I pulled the trigger. And yeah, dude, it was like a good 40 seconds of just, and I mean, just decimating targets. They had a bunch of clay shot sitting up on this berm. Just little dots, it was like, what was that game on Price is Right?
I know the one
what Plinko. It was the one where you punch through. I don't remember what it was called, but they had all these little dots lined up, and I mean, I just mowed a whole case of those things, like 100 of them.
Nice.
And then another guy had built. He's like, oh, hey, come here, you think that's cool? Come check this out. And I walk over, and he's like, I was like, what the hell is that? And he's like, it's a tennis ball cannon. You want to shoot it? And I was like, hell yes, I want to shoot this thing. So he stuffs his cannon or puts a bunch of gunpowder in the barrel and stuffs a tennis ball in it. Had a little string about 10 foot back. Yanked that string. Ain't never seeing that tennis ball ever again. I mean, that thing is probably still orbiting the Earth right now. It's a lot of fun out there. But the crazy thing is the 2 buses backed up to one another. The dude that runs the place lives in it. The goat, nice. His horns are painted red. He wears a pentagram, and his name's Ricochet. And he's
Ricochet. There you go. Nice.
Yeah. It's good stuff, man.
Definitely not the name on his government ID.
But the ATF,
that definitely sounds like some Southern.
Out there and train. And they use those fuselages for hostage training and crap like that.
Yep.
Pretty interesting. Interesting place. Interesting people.
Nice. BC, what do you think? Shall we try to give that thing away and then maybe let Jimmy Jim wrap up some thoughts?
Oh yeah. So I'll give people 1 more minute to enter. So 1 more minute. You can enter 2FA in the chat if you have not. If I told you I got you on the list, you are on. So anyone that has not entered 2FA, you got about a minute to do so, and then we will spin that wheel. So
excellent.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you had for today's show that you can think of? Because I didn't really have any other questions. I think we went over.
I mean, I could talk on the topic forever, you know.
Well, could you put it into a crypto perspective? Seeing we're talking crypto, something crypto security related that you think would be pertinent and most poignant for everybody who might be sitting here watching this stream right now. Anything you want to put in that arena?
I don't think anything new that anyone hasn't heard, but not your keys, not your crypto, right?
Amen.
I mean, we all know that one. If you're not protecting those keys, you're not doing it right. You're gonna get burned. Just handle your business. You know, make sure that seed phrase is in a secure place. If it's on paper, make sure it's in something fireproof. What else? I mean, you know, dealing with smart contracts. You know, I mean, if you're looking at buying some meme coin or whatever, you know, man, validate all the digits, all the characters.
Yes.
In those smart contracts. You know, I think that's probably, you know, if you've been in crypto for any amount of time, I mean, more or less than a year, you know, you'll hear those horror stories, you know, which kind of goes back to, because there was oh golly, why am I blanking on it now? Was it a Java code?
Oh yes, I think it was Java.
That literally, you know, you paste in your address and it didn't matter what you pasted in, you know, it flipped to this totally different address kind of thing. And if you weren't paying attention,
yep,
you know, you're firing off stuff to never be ever seen again.
Literally. Literally. Well, that's all good information.
It's just
man.
Use your head, man. Use your head. I mean,
well, like I said earlier, convenience is the enemy of safety. So anything you can do to make it just a little more inconvenient for yourself is going to add a little more security to yourself as well.
Facts.
I would 100% agree with that. You know, MFA on everything, you know. You know, keeping those keys in a secure place in something fire retardant. I mean, crap. I mean, for $30, you can go to your local sports store and get a little briefcase style. If you don't put anything else in it, put the seed phrase in there, you know. And I don't care if it's metal. You know, if you got one of the metal jobbies, you know, put it in there.
Yep. Better safe.
That would really suck to wake up a month from now when everything's just blowing lava and your account goes
right.
Goose egg.
Right.
Oh yeah. Well, we can do this giveaway and then wind that show on down. So
let's get that out of the way. There you go.
Got everyone on the list, and we will hit that spin. Oh, looks like
I literally just said congrats, Shuby, before you even spun the wheel.
No, look at that. It is Shuby.
That is rigged.
I can't talk much. I got people over and we're having a party without me.
Oh boy. There it is.
Completely rigged.
Dooby dooby doo. Yeah, completely rigged.
He beat everyone in the
Like
chat for saying it.
Net insubordination or what is that? Nepotism or
yeah. There it is. Oh man,
it can't be nepotism. He's old enough to be my grandpa. Reverse nepotism. There you go.
It's like a Benjamin Button thing.
I mean, because if you ever read the fine print on the giveaway, it says participants cannot be related or involved with anyone within the organization. And
well, Shuby says respin.
I know Shuby saying respin. So okay, yeah, I'm okay with that.
Well, we can respin it. See who gets it.
Totally rigged if it should be again.
Yeah, I know, right? Is that Lad?
Yep.
Nice. There we go.
They're saying no.
I don't know if anybody else noticed, but the wheel picked the same color both times, so it's rigged. Right?
You're just jealous you didn't win.
There's no winning. They're all rigged. They're all rigged. Yes, congratulations.
Congrats.
Yep. And BC, how do you want him? How do you want him to get in touch with you so the man knows?
He's got me on X, so he can.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Excellent. Yes, congratulations. All the congratulations coming in. Excellent. And yes, Shuby, thank you for that respin. You're the man. Shuby Buckets in the chat if you're a channel member. And that was great. Hopefully Lad will get some good use out of that. I think we should probably wrap this thing up. We've been holding Jimmy Jim here for over an hour now, and we appreciate you being here, man. We really do. You're
no worries, man. It's always fun to come hang out.
Well, any last thoughts you want to leave everybody with?
No, I mean, just be safe out there. Use your head. If it's too good to be true, it is. Trust me.
Facts.
We're fixing to, I'm of the belief Bitcoin is not done. I still think we're going to see somewhere between 130 and 150. We get the government back open, maybe get a rate cut. Who knows what could happen here over the next couple of weeks? I mean, we're actually kind of clawing back, decently.
Yep.
From that initial big pullback, and if we're inching over the next couple of weeks and we get good news, I mean, I think we're going to go, so I'm, we're getting to that point in time where euphoria could sit in and you're not using your head. When it comes time to sell, validate your addresses. You got one shot at this. Shoot a little bit, then shoot a bunch. Validate everything. Stay safe and stack stats, man.
Now, Jim, do you have anything coming up you want to tell everybody about on your channel or Billy Goat Tales or anything like that?
Man, we got so much stuff going on everywhere, really. Of course, on the card channel, me and my son, it's Space City Breaks on YouTube. We go usually 5 or 6, sometimes 7 hours on Thursdays. And then we go every other Saturday for 12 plus hours. We did that we did a 7 and a 12 and a half this past weekend.
Nice.
But just come hang out. Kane Dig comes and hangs out with us sometimes. Jay Violet swung by, say hi. We do crypto cards. We've got a new batch of the Currency Series 5 from Cardsmiths coming. So we'll have a bunch of those to crack open. I did get there it is. I did get sure it's not showing. I don't think you're gonna be able to see it on camera. But I did get as a redemption card, is 1 Litecoin.
Oh, nice.
Pulled it out of Cardsmith space.
Sweet.
Which the currency series is much better than these kind of spin-off series that they do. But it's like usually we're opening up anywhere from $300 a box stuff up to $1,200 a box stuff, and then we'll have multiple boxes. And then usually if it's like the easiest thing to do is a left side break. It's 10 spots. Everybody antes up a little bit of cash. You get the number 1 spot. Every card that comes out, whether it's number 1 or 21 or 71 or 171, you get all of those cards. Then like if we get a redemption, everybody, all 10 people, you'll have a 10% chance at that redemption. And their redemptions are, and they're multiple. It's not just one, but a full Bitcoin, you get a full Litecoin, you can get a full Ethereum, Doge. There's another one. What is it? Golly, I can't think of it right now. But it's 5 different cryptocurrencies. And then they have fractionalized amounts. I pulled one out of their Somerset, currency Somerset, and I got 0.00001. It was $100 worth of Bitcoin.
Sweet.
So it's fun, you know. It's me and my son. He's 13, going on 30. But he kind of runs the show. I'm there for comedy and the sound effects,
Right.
and just kind of to oversee the operation, because YouTube requires, you know, anyone 13 or younger, there's got to be an adult visible or understood that their arms reach, you know, kind of thing.
Yep.
So I mean, we started a month and a half ago, and I think this week we should get up to about 1,200 watch hours in a month and a half.
Sweet.
So hopefully we'll be monetized January, maybe February.
I'll say I just subscribed and you're at 1.7
You got driving jobs over there?
something K subs, which ain't bad
Yeah.
for what, a month and a half that you said you started it?
Oh, we're promoting the crap out of the channel in the card world. Lots of groups promoting a lot of our rip and review videos. I'm actually developing a piece of software to make this whole break process a little more efficient. You got to use a lot of spreadsheets, and you got to look at your store, and there's some margin of error. It's already happened to us. But the software will pretty much alleviate anything short of just taking the wrong cards and putting them in the wrong box and then sending them to the wrong place, you know?
Right.
And then, you know, of course, on Billy Goat Tales, we go, we'll go tomorrow night. That's, I always mess this up because Billy says it in Eastern, but it's 7 Central, so it's 8 Eastern, 7 Central. On Tuesdays, usually it's a 2-hour space. And I feel like an idiot because I've just blanked on who's on this week. It may not be anybody. And then on Sundays, we go from 4 until 6 Central, which would be 5 to 7 Eastern on YouTube on at Billy Goat Tales.
Yeah,
that's
this
a great
week,
group of guys, and we just got back from our retreat.
it looks like this week it says building bridges, how stories shape community and character. I'm kind of excited about listening to that one.
Really? I better study up.
No, yeah. Oh man,
Billy pulls fast ones on us. Last week, he was like, "We're doing this," you know, and it was like the day or the night before. We're like, whoa. We had a good time with those guys though last weekend, hanging out in South Carolina. That was fun stuff.
Yep. There it is. I shared it. I'm like, yep, okay, I'll be there for this. I like
Oh
that.
yeah, and I see a lot of regulars in the chat. And they know where to find us.
Yep.
See Jesse and K Dig and Wick's wife and Jay Violet.
Yeah, when it was at 9 o'clock, I found it difficult to stay for a real length of time. Now it's a little bit easier for me. 9 o'clock Eastern. I'm talking Eastern time. Where it's now a little bit easier. Where old guy wants to just go to bed at this point. You can probably tell. But
well, that's Billy. At 10 p.m., Billy turns into a pumpkin. So we have to be done before. Yeah, we got to be done with the X space, and then usually we have 30-45 minute meeting after.
Sure.
Just like on the Sunday shows, we meet typically 2 hours before the show, so it's a 4-hour stint on Sundays, and then but we have been trying to limit it to an hour and a half ish, and that I think that works out better for everybody.
Yep.
You don't feel like you're committed to 2 hours. You have to fill the space, which usually, we're never short conversation, in that space. So, I mean, and we actually talked about this past weekend, and YouTube particularly, we were kind of wanting to, set a hard cut, but Sundays are a little different because, sometimes it's just good conversation, and
Yep.
just cutting it off is cutting off good content.
Sure. And you guys are awesome. You when I'm doing my educational stuff, well, you guys push it right over there. So that's great. Appreciate you guys. I really do. Yeah.
Hashtag Givers Gain, baby.
Sure. Yeah. That's right. Guys, do you have anything else before we go dancing out the door here? I see BC saying no. Badel, you good?
Normal.
I just want to say Jimmy Jim's a wealth of knowledge.
Facts.
Thanks,
Like,
man.
a lot of what he talked about, I felt is a lot, may go over a lot of people's heads, but he did also say a lot of good key points of check the email address, proofread the message to look for any type of errors. Just something.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of times it's Russians or Germans, and they're using Google Translate, and it doesn't always translate so great, right?
Yeah, like when you were saying, they use like an L instead of an I, because at times it can look the same, but hey, if you're curious about it, look at the email number one, which I feel is a good thing.
Yeah, know who you're communicating with, and also know, just hovering over the email address isn't always who you're talking to, right? I mean, we have seen situations where an email comes in, and it might say Crypto Billy, right? When I hover over it, it says Crypto Billy, and that's his email address. But when I hit reply to that email address, it's billycrypto@gmail.com. So that's another thing to actually pay attention to is when that email comes in, hover over it to see what the email address is, right? But when you hit reply, if you're replying to the email for whatever reason, when you hit that reply to address, make sure, that email address is where you want it to go, or it's going to where you want it to go. And if it's not, big red flag.
All right. Well, then I think we're going to dance our way out the door. Jim, thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Oh, man. My pleasure, man. Anytime y'all want to have me, I'm usually available. Well, available Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, typically evenings.
All right. There we go.
Sounds good.
We'll be contacting you. Have no fear. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here. Thanks for keeping the chat alive. Don't forget, next Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, at least 3 of us will be back here to chat with you on HODL the Line. And We'll see you next week. I hope everybody has a good week. What? Oh.
And don't forget this Friday.
Oh yeah,
Friday.
They were playing
Friday night,
yeah,
the 100th
that's true.
episode
I'll be
of
back
Crypto
Friday.
on the Rocks. Matter of fact, wait, which way am I? Jimmy Jim says he's going to be there for that, along with Crypto Billy, a bunch of people coming in and out of Crypto on the Rocks this Friday. And while Shuby, I know he's in the chat. Shout out to Shuby. He has been working hard behind the scenes for giveaways this week. So shout out to him with regard to that. So you don't want to miss this episode coming up Friday night, 7 p.m. Crypto on the Rocks. Thank you, Badel, for the reminder. Okay, we're out. We're going to dance our way out the door. Have a good week, everybody. We'll see you next week for HODL the Line. Take care.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, fingers frozen, call it ice on my grip. Wallet getting heavy, yeah, it's making me trip. Charge doing backflips, but I'm steady, don't slip. Never fold, got a diamond script, no eclipse. Wolves in the market, they circle and pray. I'm a bull on parade, charging every payday. Paper hands crumble, they just fade away. I'm stacking sats, building castles where I stay. Diamond hands, I ain't letting it go. Stacking up, yeah, I'm watching it grow. Riding waves, yeah, I'm surfing the flow.